When it comes to successful ice fishing, having the right outfit and also using the right line is really important. You know, today we're fishing for these herring, and I'm using very light line and a nice sensitive rod. If I was fishing for walleye or big lake trout, I use a pretty heavier rod and also probably a braided ice fishing line. So the line that I'm using today, I'm holding up here, this is the Suffix. It's called the Ice Magic. I got a little bit of water on there, and it's 4-pound test. So it's an excellent line to use if you're fishing for smaller fish, let's say panfish, jumbo perch, smaller trout, and also herring. But then I always go with the fluorocarbon leader. So this particular one is 6-pound test. Sometimes I'll go right down to a 2-pound test leader, because I do believe that the fluorocarbon is literally invisible, and fish like herring can see really well, and sometimes they will shy away from a heavier leader material. So if you're planning on doing some serious ice fishing, using a line that's designed for ice fishing like the Suffix Ice Magic with the Suffix fluorocarbon leader is a really good combination. You know what? You may say, well, you know, you're fishing for small fish, but these are so much fun. It's kind of like I would compare this to fly fishing with a 3-weight rod or 2-weight rod and a dry fly and getting small trout, like let's say 8 to 16 inches. It's a blast, and I could do it all day long. So this is the same thing. We're using small outfits. Look at how beautiful that looks with that bright yellow jig in its mouth. I'm going to try to be real fast here because that guy inhaled it. My little piece of minnow is still on there. And I'm going to let my line down real quick. I need about 8 of those for a nice meal.
Fisher girl! Catch the passion!
So when most people think about bobbers, they think about your typical pink and white or red and white bobber that has a spring that you can just attach onto the line. And if you want to move it to have more line at the end, you can just kind of press it and move it up and down, which is okay for shallow water fishing because you don't have much line out at the end. But if you want to go deeper, a slip bobber would be perfect because it could slide up and down on your line, and you can adjust the stopper wherever you want along your line. And at the bottom, it'll only stop at where your weight is, and then you have your little bit of line for your hook.
The other thing that I like, Amy, about using a slip bobber, when you use a normal bobber that's stuck onto your line, when you go to set the hook, besides setting the hook into the fish, you're actually dragging the bobber through the water.
Yeah.
But with the slip bobber, the line goes through the float, so it goes directly to the fish. You get a really good hook set. And that way you land more fish.